I do when I live, I'ma spend where they at. Ayy, 19 on the hearse selling crack. Once I double my profit, I couldn't look back. I used to laugh cause a nigga was fat. Now I'm having my way and these bitch niggas broken, they rat. No capping in none of my raps. He thought he was up on the board till I showed him the stats. Fingers hurting from thumbing through racks. I feel like a young Deion Sanders 2-1 on my back. But it's still 23 on my strap. I had dreams of ballin' on fields and that cell writing rap. Tryna put my whole team on the map. We already known in the streets and that's really the fact. Fully auto ARs attached. So ain't no pump faking this trigger, you playin' that stat. Yo, we quick to get fuck niggas wet, but I swear from the shoulders I'm colder, yeah, I'm really that. Get him gone, hit this bitch from the back. Then fuck the hoe over and make her start over from scratch. 600 the block where I'm at. I think I was 7 years old, my pops had the rap. But he taught me that shit in the trap. Ain't that shit funny how I double back? Cause look where we at. Hey, prime time X. Hey, who the fuck would've thought I would next? Bought all these diamonds just so I could flex. When I open my mouth, but her pussy get wet. These diamonds surprising like Russian roulette. Might just go by a limb, I can fit in the vet. I can't go with my pole, I put this on the set. If I do when I live, I'ma spin where they at. Hey, prime time X. Hey, who the fuck would've thought I would next? Bought all these diamonds just so I could flex. When I open my mouth, but her pussy get wet. These diamonds surprising like Russian roulette. Might just go by a limb, I can fit in the vet. I can't go with my pole, I put this on the set. If I do when I live, I'ma spin where they at. Ayy, got the pack, but I run that bitch back. I ain't want all this shit, but you see where we at. Ayy, in the club, best believe that we strapped. If a pussy boy played him, he lay in his pockets getting tapped. See, this shit really made out of scraps. We put it together, however, now we touch the stack. Remember laws cracking down on the traps. Just knew I was next, I said fuck it and flushed it and bounced. See, this rapping shit came unannounced. I guess these folks like how I move these little words out my mouth. Screaming free, rockin' cute today, yeah. Niggas pussy, they wish they could live without rap. Ask them niggas that solid, I bet they'll vouch. I had really so hard, I ain't open my mouth. Getting bricks from the country, distro in the south. Or the border, your order come in and it's out. Take some lessons, I teach you little boys how to trap. I just started this shit in my face on the map. We been running through packs, steady running up left. If you got BOA, come and get your shit tapped. Hey, come and get your shit tapped, gang. Hey, hey, let's go. Hey, prime time X. Hey, who the fuck would've thought I would next? Bought all these diamonds just so I could flex. When I open my mouth, but her pussy get wet. These diamonds surprising like Russian roulette. Might just go by a limb, I can fit in the vet. I can't go with my pole, I put this on the set. If I do when I live, I'ma spin where they at. Hey, prime time X. Hey, who the fuck would've thought I would next? Bought all these diamonds just so I could flex. When I open my mouth, but her pussy get wet. These diamonds surprising like Russian roulette. Might just go by a limb, I can fit in the vet. I can't go with my pole, I put this on the set. If I do when I live, I'ma spin where they at. Hey.
Well, what's going on, Roy? How you doing?
Hey, man. First thing first, Tristo.
Say it then. Say it
then. MVP. MVP. MVP.
Yes,
Hey, I don't like Dak, but he the MVP right now, man.
Oh, man, he didn't grew on me, man. He didn't grew on me, man. He didn't grew on me. So how you doing, Mr. Swan? How everything going?
Good, man. Good, man. Appreciate the invite to talk football. You know, I love foosball. Waterboy mama told me. Waterboy mama.
We gonna talk about it.
Sports expert in the world.
I want to talk to the best. If we're gonna talk about it, he's one of the best, one of the great football minds down Beltway down. This is the Beltway Down Sports Show. And myself, I'm Tristo, and I got my compadre Roy Swan here, one of the greats. And like and subscribe before we even start. You know what I mean? If y'all don't go like and subscribe, I'm gonna start airing y'all personal business out on Facebook. And look on YouTube. We across all the banners. So tonight, we gonna talk about who is our Texas State Championship 4 team. You know, and then we're gonna get into the top 5 players of the class of 2024 from the Beltway down. It's gonna start some shit.
Tristan want to piss people off tonight. He gonna piss some people off.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Where I left out something? Huh? Oh, and our coach of the year. And once again, in the words of Pimp C, our opinions is our opinions.
He said opinions like pause. Everybody got one.
Yeah, everybody got one. So don't.
Everybody got one.
I got bad mates. Y'all better not walk up on me with that bullshit now. So let's start it off, Roy. So who is your four-teamer?
So I had to.
And why?
You know,
and why?
So the first one I'm gonna start out with is North Shore. I know Duncanville is the favorite, but man, I cannot pick against my college teammate and my partner, Willie Gaston. Wanky G to me, Willie Gaston to y'all. Wank, if you ever get a hold of this video, just know I know you're going to do something out there in Dallas this weekend. And shout out to both of those coaches because that's the first ever state championship game with two black head coaches. So
yes.
that game is major because of that. You know, I'm not going to pick the shag heads over the people from Houston, even though they might win, especially because my boy Wank the head coach. So I'm going to get that one out of the way. That is picked by heart and not by any other reason. That's picked by loyalty, right? So
you don't like the shag? You took the city fade over the shag?
Yeah, man. I don't want the little booty paws on the back, man. Nobody want that haircut, so they gotta go. Yeah. Next, I don't even know if this is an upset, but you know, I gotta go Port Nature's Grove, man. I gotta go Port Nature's Grove. I feel like they will, coach. I think they had a good game last year against, South Oak Cliff. And Oak Cliff played some tough competition this year.
Yeah.
And they lost two games to two teams that everybody lost to. So that's a tough pick, but I'm gonna go PNG, man. Both of those two picks are this area's teams and probably not the popular picks, but I'm gonna go PNG. And when we talking about parlay, right? So if you parlay,
it's parlay. It's $100 4-teamer, man. What you gonna do?
Hey, you pick the team with the worst odds, you got your money go up, right? Like your money go up. You pick the team with the lower odds. So I'm taking the teams with the lower odds here. Now I'm gonna go two teams with the top odds. I'm going DeSoto. I don't think that Summer Creek got enough for DeSoto. I think that might run away quick. I think that game might get bad fast. I think DeSoto state championship was against Willis, and well, maybe this last week. Willis was a good team, but this last week, if that quarterback don't dive, I don't know. I don't know if DeSoto wins. So I think that was the state championship last week. So I'm gonna take DeSoto in the landslide, and then I'm gonna take Aledo. Right, these are easy picks to take right here. Aledo and DeSoto, I'm gonna take those two. And I'm gonna say this before I let Tristo go. Dallas, they on our neck right now because easily Dallas can win all four of those games. They can win all four of those games and sweep the top two divisions in Texas. And we'll talk about that later, but that could easily happen where you see 5A Division 1 and 2 be the Dallas area team, 6A Division 1 and 2 be the Dallas area team. So that's my picks: DeSoto, Port Nature's Grove, Aledo, and North Shore. So shout out to all those teams. I'm sitting over here with a state ring somewhere. I can pull out the medal, but I ain't gonna do that to y'all. I can pull it out. I got one of those. So shout out to the people who gonna join my fraternity, the state champions.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm from Galveston. So 5AD1, I'm going with Aledo. Now this is for the bread. I'm trying to pay. I pay rent with my parlay. And I'm going with Aledo because they experience. They've been there. That's just what they do and how they do it. I will never bet against Oak Cliff. Sock, I like the heart. I like the spirit of the city. I like everything they do in South Oak Cliff. Man, shout out to them. I love the coaches. Man, that coach dropped on Twitter where he said, "Who's next to Plex?" Man, come on, bro. It's some coaching going on there. The way they lined up with Duncanville, they lined up against DeSoto. And it was one other team in that precinct they lined up with, but basically he let them know we ain't trying to go undefeated. We trying to win state. Maybe some people down here ought to take notes about that type shit. 6A, I'm sorry, but I'm going with Duncanville. And like we said off air, when DeSoto popped them in their mouth, I said, man, I feel bad for everybody else they got to play. Man, they done steamrolled everybody. They have steamrolled everybody, and I don't think, I'm not saying North Shore is a bad coach team. I'm not saying North Shore is a bad team. But you got two battle-tested teams playing for it all. So if I look at overall record, I believe Duncanville played a tougher schedule than North Shore. Duncanville's schedule, the out-of-state team, a Florida team, right? I believe it was one of the top-ranked Florida teams they played. They came to Texas to play them. So I'm rolling with them. And, of course, I'm going DeSoto over Summer Creek. Summer Creek playing some damn good football. It's not a shot to them. They working their ass off. But, and Summer Creek got a hell of a coach. But he can't play. DeSoto been there before. And like you said on your piece, I believe DeSoto played their state game last week. But as I've been watching the playoffs, I've been seeing the more experienced teams in the clutch, or when the game get ass tight, they always seem to, they at home. A lot of these teams, they not used to the end of their football season and being in basketball practice, man. They used to showing up the basketball practice when they about to start district because they been on the state run. So I'm going with Duncanville. So that's what I got. Alito, Sock, Duncanville, and DeSoto. That's what I got for my parlay four. There you go right there, huh? Yo, I believe you got muted. Where you sound there, Roy? Yeah, you muted.
Yeah, I'm muted. Hey, everybody playing for one of these right here, man.
Yeah.
This is what y'all want. This is what they want. You know what I'm saying? Playing out there in the Cowboy Stadium, man, that's a experience that you're going to remember for the rest of your life. So shout out to all those kids. And Tristo picked the Dallas 4-piece. He said all the Dallas teams going home with it, man.
Yeah. I mean, Dallas, man, look, somebody put up a map and they showed everybody was playing some real good football and they was concentrated in one box of Dallas. You ain't got on a quarter tank of gas, you can drive to all three of them schools and see some good football.
Now, I wouldn't be me if I didn't touch on these. So I looked at the scores that had already happened. I think the 2A game going on right now, but the 6-man game had already played. One team lost 70-20 in 6-man. The other team lost 82-34. Now, whoever went up there and got their ass kicked by over 50 points in those games.
In the state game.
In the state game. They went out there and got 82 points. That is going to be in your school's record books forever. Forever. I didn't write the teams down. I just wrote the scores. 70-20 and 82-34. That's terrible. That's bad news, man. Coach, don't go back down there. Next time, say the bus went on flat. Say something happened to the kids all got the flu. Don't take your ass down there and get beat by 50 points. All them parents gassed up the cars and came from them little bitty ass cities. Them little towns got 14 people in them and 12 of them go to the high school. So you done brought all 14 of them people all the way to Dallas on a Wednesday to get their ass kicked, man. Don't do that no more, Coach. I know they probably paying you in hay bales, but don't take your ass down there no more and get your ass kicked like that, man. That's ridiculous, man. That's terrible.
Unpopular statement. Just by those scores, we need to get rid of 6A football. It's 2023. It's 2023, fam. Like football is now America's pastime. It's 2023, fam. All right, come on. I know y'all got 22 kids in that school that can play 11-man football. I think y'all scraping the pot. And 80-something points in the state game is wild. Getting blew out by 84 points in the state game is crazy. Like,
look, I know this kind of off our topic, Tristo, but it is a good time to touch on it. Something that I wrote down here while we're talking about the state games, right? Everybody want to pile up at 6A schools. Allen, so since they had 6A football since 2014. 8 teams have played in the 6A championship. So Allen, Cy Ranch once, North Shore multiple times, Westlake a couple times, Lake Travis a couple times, Woodlands once, South Lake Carroll once, and Duncanville multiple times. Right? Those are the 8 teams that have played in it. Allen.
And how many years span? You got the year span with that?
2014 till now. So this is the 10th. Right, this is the 10th one. I think that's how I count. I know people think 14 to 13 to 23 is 9, but if you add them, I think it's going to be 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. That's going to be the 10th one. So in 10 years, 8 teams have played in that championship. Allen has 6,947 kids.
That's crazy.
So in comparison, Springs has 2,797 kids. So you comparing that, how does a team with 7,000 people at the school play in the same division as a team with 2,900 kids? So I really think that Texas is going to have to reevaluate how we decide who plays in the 6A Division I. There's some big teams. North Shore, they're number 7. They're number 7 in enrollment numbers. Duncanville is number 6. The Woodlands, who played in it once, is number 8. Now the other teams are down there a little bit. Lake Travis 24, Cy Ranch 33. But those schools are way bigger enrollment than a lot of these schools down here. So even Pearland is like 3385. Duncan is 69. I mean, Allen is 6947. These numbers are way out of whack, man.
Yeah, it's too much of a gap, and I don't know how long it's gonna take for us to get to 7A. Or I don't know. We don't have a 7A right now, but you got to bust that up. For parents, is everybody piling up in these 6As? Understand that, man. How can I say this and not piss everybody off? Look at facts. Look at those numbers. Those numbers that Roy just reeled off are real live numbers. Now, unless we're gonna play Rudy, that's some hard shit to overcome.
It starts at 2275. 2275 to 6947 is ridiculous. That's crazy, man. Like that's 3 times the amount of kids they could have. Allen could have 3 6A schools. They could put together 3 teams in 6A. North Shore could put together 2. Duncanville could put together 2. These schools could put together multiple 6A teams with the enrollment that they have. So you're telling me that that's equal? You know, it's not.
Maybe the powers to be wanted that way, but I can't say that because the powers. No, I ain't gonna even crawl up that tree, but it got to be some type of split on that 6A level because it's a serious gap. It's basically you saying Division 1A, the Division 1 versus Division 2. When you get, and they all power. I'm talking about college numbers, right?
Yeah.
It's basically you got a season of, okay, we got to be a Division 1 school to make it to the state championship.
Yeah, and look, that, you know, I know those schools have big numbers and they probably do a good job of coming up with a reason why they have so many kids, but I mean, why they say 2275 is the number. But you look at Alito winning state every year and they in state every year, and it's been going on since like 2012, they've been going for a while, maybe before that. And they have 2267. They have 8 kids away from going up. And when they go up, they won't be at state every year, right? So some schools are doing a good job of staying right under that number, and some schools are, you know, doing a good job of running that number all the way up. The more, you know, that's odds. We talked about parlay. The more kids you got, the better odds you have of getting 22 that can play football.
Yeah,
the more you got, the better odds you got.
Some, you know, these administrations of these districts, you know, they're heavily involved in the sports program. I think they should go towards swelling the numbers up versus trying to keep them down. Because, I mean, it's not really working. You know, like when you get up in 6A, once you 6A, man, you need to power that school up with everybody that's worth anything in there. And I'm talking about athlete-wise. And we're not going to sit up here and act like every kid go to the district. Yeah, we're going to the district. And now we ain't going to get on this microphone and lie. We know what's going on. All right. I ain't going to call out no specific schools, but we know what's going on. So it's either you got to be ready, huh?
Where did that Katie Patel or whatever team win? Did they win 5A Division II or did they win 4A state championship?
I believe that was 4A.
So now that school has more enrollment than Katie. So 2 years ago, 3 years ago, they won the state championship, and now they have more enrollment than Katie. So they really went out there and finessed themselves a state championship with 6A numbers. So it works out when you're building those schools, and then once they level out, then it don't work out no more.
Yeah, you gotta have that
if you can win a state championship in your first few years, then you're good. But if once that's over, now you're gonna be subject to playing against Allen, because Allen, by chance, every 5 years they're gonna run into 22 kids that can play football out of 7,000. That they're gonna run into 22 kids that can play. North Shore gonna run into those kids that can play. Like that's just, even if they have a down year, it's gonna be better than most. So they won 5A. So even in a down year, they're gonna have more kids than you. So it's just better off for those type of schools. But that's something I wanted to touch on. This year Springs lost to North Shore. North Shore had 4,500 kids, and Springs had 2,700 kids. So that. And look, football is football, but fair is fair, right?
Yeah,
it's
numbers matter. Numbers matter.
It's like saying, hey, the Cowboys going to get the first 15 picks of the draft, and then everybody else picks after that from 16 on. And then once everybody picks again, the Cowboys get another 15 picks. We wouldn't think that was fair if the Cowboys won the championship every year. That's what's happening, right? Like they're getting the cream of the crop. And not only that, the kids know that that's the school to go to. So even the kids, there's tweener kids that are not going to play football ever again, but are great high school football players.
Yeah.
So even those kids are saying, hey, man, I know I'm 5'10", 265 pounds, and I play right guard. I would rather play right guard at North Shore than I would at whatever schools around at Galena Park.
Yeah.
Right.
So they get a nice ride.
Galena Park that could be a star at Galena Park goes and plays as another kid at North Shore. And we don't talk about that kid because we see the 6'4", the 6'5" kid. But that 5'10", 290-pound guard is the reason why North Shore wins. The 6'4" kid, they're gonna come few and far in between. But those kids that are in between being high school and maybe a college player, those are the kids that make good high school teams. And that's what's happening. Those teams are getting all of those kids, and then they're playing against our teams where we got a kid who knows that the day that last football game ends, he's going to be in theater arts for the rest of his life. Yeah. That's it. He's not gonna play football ever again. So some of these kids that played their games in the playoffs, those kids will only play flag football in college. They know it, right?
So, that's what they call intramural.
They're gonna be a star. Rugby. But shout out to those schools, man. They run the numbers up, and they put themselves at an advantage. But
you gotta have.
I just wanted to touch on that.
From the top end to the bottom end. You can't just have it at the coaching staff. You gotta have total buy-in. Those programs, the programs we both pick on our four teamers, they got buy-in top to bottom. They all working together, and that's why everybody get a ring when they win. You know what I mean? So maybe down here we can adapt that, or maybe not.
And we're talking about 6A, but look at Alito. They're 26. They're 2267. They're the biggest school in 5A Division I, right at it, and they go to state every year. They got more numbers than everybody in that division. So I really think that the best football is played in 5A Division II. I think that 5A Division I and 5A Division II, that's where the Texas football that we grew up watching is played at. 5A Division I, 5A Division II. Yeah. That's where the kids, they really go to their schools and they really stay at home. That's where the football is played at. This 6A Division I, that's like the Mater D, that's what they call him, and IMG and all of them. Now IMG is handpicked, but those schools with those type of numbers, that's what this type of football is. That's what they should be playing.
If you look at these rosters, ain't nobody getting lucky like that every year. Come on now, everybody not getting lucky like that every year. I mean, it was a picture of it. It was a text message I sent you. If you look in your text, it's two kids that you don't strike gold. I ain't gonna name out the team, but you don't strike gold like that. With two, nah, not two of them, nah. But so moving on, the next subject, what we said, now here we go. The New Year's, what is the New Year's resolution for whatever high school that you think that you would like to hear, how can I put this? What they need to achieve for 2024?
Me first again? You want me to go first?
Yeah, you go ahead. You go ahead.
So Tristo told me to pick one school and talk about one school, but of course I'm a rule breaker. My New Year's resolution to the teams in Galveston County and the teams around here is stay at home. Like we've tried it, and I know the Dixon people are gonna get mad at me, and I'm not really just talking about Dixon. I think we've tried the piling up at different schools, and we've tried the moving around and going here and going there. But Galveston County football is built around tradition. Like it's built around, hey, Texas City versus Galveston. That game got to be good every year. And it's got to be the reason why that game is good is because the Galveston kids want to play against the Texas City kids, and the Hitchcock kids want to play against the Lamarck kids. But these games don't have the luster that they used to have because none of the kids that are in these communities are there no more. They're gone. They're going to different communities, and they're all going to play for somewhere that their parents just are going there for that 4 years. Once that 4 years is over with, those parents gonna leave.
They ain't going to no high school games as youngsters to win. I can't wait till it's my turn to run out that hill.
Yeah, man. Like
I
want to be.
Gone.
When I was in 7th grade, I knew I wanted to play Texas City football. You couldn't have took me out of Texas City and put me into Dickinson. I wouldn't have survived there. Like I wouldn't have made it there because I would have hated it so much. And I'm not saying, look, if you're taking your kid there for educational purposes, or you taking your kid there because they're getting in trouble, or you taking it like some people say things about Lamarck. And I'm probably the biggest Lamarck hater you're gonna find. I don't like Lamarck, Texas, but I still say if a Lamarck kid is from Lamarck, let them play that's the most renowned high school we got in the county. I know we want to say it's Dickinson, but it's not. It's Lamarck ISD, right? And we're shitting on Lamarck because of whatever problems they got instead of trying to promote it and get it back to where it needs to be. Like I don't think that the answer is running to one place and trying to win there because that's not working out for us. So
nobody has that sense of building no more, right? Nobody wants to build a house no more. They want to move into the house that's already been built. They don't know if that house is even built right, but it looked new. It looked good. It might be, got electrical problems. Hell, it might have plumbing problems. Toilet might not flush. But the biggest problem is nobody wants to build.
Yeah, man. I think. Look, I'm not saying it's universal. Nothing is universal, right? Nothing is universal. But if more kids stay put, I feel like if you don't take the bet in 5A football, you need a couple kids. I watched Randall with Callis, a freshman, lose to Huntsville, who they beat earlier in the season, and Huntsville lost to PNG. So Randall with one. I'm not saying they have one kid. I know how to, but with really a couple good, like really good kids, they almost made a run to state. So when you take these one or two kids off of a team, think about that. Texas City lost to Huntsville, and I don't know the answers, but how many kids left Texas City to go play somewhere else? If those kids had stayed in Texas City, could they have beat Huntsville, who played PNG for the state championship? I mean, for a chance to go to the state championship. Could they have, right? Like those are real, true situations. Like, we winning 6A is gonna be tough. If you can beat North Shore and Atascocita, who treat their programs like an NFL team, they trading, they they cutting people. Like those are programs that's treated like colleges and NFL teams. If you can beat those teams, then more power to you. But you probably got a 1 in 10 chance to beat them. Like you're not gonna beat them consistently. You're gonna beat them
because if like I kind of got some privy to some knowledge on the extent they go to build these athletic programs, not just football. The extent that they go to invest in that program, and not just the kids, the resources and everything, and like they don't allow a coach to be there and not be held accountable. Like in those schools we named, if these coaches that we got south of the Beltway was here, they probably would have been fired in 2 years because it's unacceptable. Alito is not going to let you sit up there after they pile all these resources, kids into their program, and you shit the bed. Oak Cliff, you ain't going to just be anybody and go and coach at Oak Cliff. You're not going to do that damn show at Duncanville, North Shore, DeSoto, or you see who Summer Creek went got. You see who they got coaching. So when we stopped holding coaches accountable, we started accepting losing. So, well, my resolutions, and I got a couple also. I'm sorry, I didn't follow the rule either. Tech City, first off, ain't no way your defense can be coached up that good and that offense could be that far behind. And I'm not talking about the kids. I'm talking about overall coaching. It's night and day. It's night and day. You know, you got to do something better than that. Tech City almost beat PNG, and PNG is in the state championship. I will never let that. I watched that game, and I was heartbroken. Like, I'm from Texas City. To know, yeah, they had an incident the day before that affected some kids where they wasn't 100%, nowhere near 100%, but they were in that game and they almost won that game. I'm talking about scheme-wise. We don't know what the hell y'all trying to do on offense. Let's get that offensive side together. I mean, you lost some athletes this year, but I think that defense, because you know one thing about defense, a solid defense is not just on one level of football. You go look at the JV, you'll see a version of it. You look at the freshman team, you'll see a version of it. So I see systemically the defensive side of that team, they locked in, and they got some damn good coaches. And yes, they all from here. They are all from here, and they done a hell of a job. When I look at their defense, you know, when you see a player and you be like, you've been watching the game like, man, he look good. I would play him here. That's Tech City got the defense. You ain't got to say that for. Everywhere you would want them kids to play or you think them kids should play, they at on defense. Offensive side, not so much. Hitchcock. After what happened this year, it shouldn't be no pretty shit. It shouldn't be no we better than everybody else shit. This should be 1,000% hunger, and you damn near should be pissed off. Dave Campbell picked them to win state championship. Dave Campbell, the guard of Texas football, right? And they went out in the first round. The attitude and the way they play football next year should be 100% different. 100% different. Lamarck has all this history. Why won't they reach back and bring it to the front so those kids can know how they supposed to play, why they playing, how they supposed to look, how they supposed to act? From what I'm hearing from the community, the head coach is not reaching back at all these legends. One of the greatest players to ever come out of the city is right here in the city. You don't even discuss it. You got all these Lamar greats. From what I think, I might be wrong, Russell Ball is coaching at the damn junior high. How's Russell Ball, Roy, coaching at the junior high? Russell Ball, one of the greatest running backs to come out of this area. Only here, only in his hometown, they would put him at the junior high. Nehemiah Glover, record-setting wide receiver, one of the greats. He's not in the program. I'm not from Lamar, but I'm a football head, and I know the history. Half my family is Lamar Cougars. And I'm talking about I was made to sit there. Cougar. They had Cougars painted on the street. They have not brought that pride back. They have not brought that sense of community back. And that comes from leadership. Whoever you need to get out or bring in, or somebody need to come in and coach this dude up, yes, Lamar High School can be brought back. They got plans. I seen the renderings. They got a brand new, they about to redo that whole high school and sports facility. Coach, if you want to be the man sitting there when all that new construction is done, you better change that goddamn culture of that damn school. Them kids deserve better. That community deserve better. I can say this, Lamarck is a small city, it's a small town, but when that football team is handling business, that city is a great place to be in. I hate saying that.
Yeah, right? I never heard, you know, again, look, I'm telling you, I don't have no I don't have a lot of love for Lamar. Like it's just a rivalry. I'm from Tech City, so you know Lamar ain't one of my favorite places. But I never heard of all like the negativity that we hear now about Lamar. when we were in high school. Lamarck was just the team to beat. Everybody down there, I don't care if you were 4A, 5A, whatever you were, the goal every year was to beat Lamarck.
Yeah.
And we wanted to beat Lamarck every year. I don't care what school you were. We were trying to beat Lamarck. And when you were successful at that shit, that was a big moment. And I'll tell you right now, I never lost to Lamarck, Texas. So all y'all Lamarck people in here, I never lost to y'all. So there's that. No, let me stop. I lost to Lamarck one time. But I think the return to greatness for some of these cities is the people who are from these cities figuring out how to be loyal to these cities. And if you're gonna pile up on one team, be smart about it. Figure out the team that's got 5 or 6 kids already, and then go over there. Don't just say, "Oh, I'm going to this school because that's where everybody say go," and you have no chance of winning. Like you have no chance. You have no chance of winning. And I'm gonna tell you why. Y'all are not developing the offensive line position. You're not doing it at all. I watched Willis, who to me, skill player wise, could match up with anybody in the country, like not just in Texas, in the country. But you know what DeSoto did to them? They lined up and they played smash mouth pass football.
Yeah.
They just drove the ball down the field. They didn't do nothing pretty,
Yeah.
nothing cute. They just drove the ball down the field.
I seen North Shore do it that same weekend. They got tired of being cute. They lined up and they played, come on, let's get in the weight room. But that's pride football to say, I'm going to take this tight end out. I'm going to put an extra offensive lineman in. Look, I don't care about nobody's stats, nobody's stars or nothing. Our objective at this school is to win the football game. We don't have that. That's how Lamarck used to be. That's how Lamarck used to be. They had All-Americans that came out of Lamarck. Why, as a coach, if I'm trying to sell my culture, and in Lamarck is this big, bro. Lamarck is big as this lighter. Majority of those people are a phone call away or in or around the city. Why wouldn't you bring them back in the offseason so they can get with those kids and teach them culture? The smartest leaders understand when somebody else is better than me at something, like selling culture. Let me move out the way and let them sell it. Let me get in my community. We don't see this guy. I don't believe he want to win. I believe he came to take the job as a stepping stone. I said what I said. That's just what it is. I believe he's not planted there. You need a coach there to be planted there. So my New Year's resolution for Lamarck High School is get back to your culture. And last but definitely not least, Galveston Ball, stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to yourself and stop getting mad when somebody tell you the truth. That coach, not qualified. I don't know how in the hell we got in that damn district we in. What happened to get us in that district? But it smelled funny to me. I have never seen a time where Texas City and Santa Fe go one way and Galveston Ball go the other way. I have never seen it. And we root that on. We was rooting on. We'll never count, and I'm going to be careful while I'm talking. We don't count those district championships. I don't.
Well, so Tristo, so what I didn't know until recently is the 5A Division I. So the 6A Division I and II play in the same district. But the 5A Division I and 5A Division II, they broken down in the separate district, all the way down. So from 6A down, from 5A down, if you Division I, you play only with Division I teams. If you Division II, you play only with Division II teams. So that's why Galveston not with Tech City and Santa Fe, because Santa Fe and Tech City Division II. So I found that out recently. You don't get to play in those divisions. But how
we dodged the Fort Bend division?
I don't know.
It was some paperwork getting fucked around. I'm not gonna boo it. There's some paperwork getting fiddled with. How did we go to the HISD Galveston Ball, bro? This not the old HISD. This is the HISD when everybody moved to the outskirts of Houston. I got partners that coach in HISD. They asking why in the hell are we playing Galveston Ball? And for us to accept that shit and to root it on, It's unacceptable to me. We had a home playoff game in a brand new $20 million stadium, bro. And we got our ass beat. We at home on the Rock, and our motto is we don't lose on the Rock. We played against Texas City. You said Texas City Division 2, right?
Yep.
We got bullied, right? So when are we gonna stop lying to ourselves in Galveston, Texas? So my New Year's resolution for Galveston: stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to yourself. Yeah, that coach, he come from North Shore, but that ain't a North Shore coach, if you get what I'm saying. We fired coaches for way less than that. And if y'all count these district championships as ways to leverage him not losing his job, I'll never wear purple and gold again.
Man, when look, so when we had the other podcast, I talked to that coach, and I wondered why they took him over Wank. I was like, why they gonna take this dude over Willie Gaston? Like Willie Gaston, NFL player.
What Willie Gaston got to do this weekend? He busy this weekend, ain't
he? Yeah, and I look, this insider information, but Willie Gaston wasn't gonna take nothing anyway. Like he knew that was the best. He was gonna wait K out and take over. That's his hometown. He from North Shore. He played, he from Houston, so he did I think he did the right thing by not leaving there. But yeah. That dude, when I talked to him, he just didn't. I don't know. He didn't pass me as a.
That guy said he was happy to go to what restaurant that was? El Rey's, Gatto. It was one of them, man. We talking about football, man. We wanted, and you telling me about the restaurants you going to and all that going on. I told you after that interview y'all had, I was like, man, that shit that boy ain't trying to win no damn football game.
No disrespect, Robert. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Check Down Podcast with my boy Robert Lopez.
Big Rob. Shout out to Big Rob.
Yeah, man. Rob, man, we had some people on that podcast. We did some big things. Ain't no disrespect, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, when we had him on there, he just didn't seem like the guy that you would go after for that type of job. But you never know. Like I don't think a lot of these schools just going after the person that they should go after. And
they going after somebody that won't tell the principal to get your ass off my football field. You don't run football. They going after guys where, I'm going to tell you this, it's very few programs that the head coach ain't the AD that's winning. You got programs that got a head coach and an athletic director. In 2023, I may be wrong, but I don't see that winning in 5A, 4A, 3A, 2A, 1A. Now, the bigger schools, yes, a lot of administrative duties. You may need an AD to help out with that, right? But down, we got a lot of people, non-football people, this they dream, like playing Madden. Well, instead of playing Madden, they get to play with these kids. They not putting together a winning, I'm tripping. They not putting together a winning atmosphere. And that's why I highlighted TJ Scranton comment. Attitude reflects leadership. I seen a whole post in the group, and we talk about the group, we talk about the Greater Houston area group, where they went on a whole strand, all these kids soft, these kids this kids that. And nobody asked the question, well, who putting them damn kids on the field? We used to have coaches that say, man, we'll lose with you. We'll sit your ass down and lose. You know how many I'm talking about Preston Gibson. He probably would have been John Boy Cole, or probably better than John Boy. They didn't let him play because he couldn't get his shit together.
So, I had my team, for a long time since they were 8, and then they aged out, and then I coached a different team. My style of coaching, I really had to step to the side, and I'm having to reevaluate who I am as a coach, because not only the parents, the kid, like all of these people are sending us kids that are not, they're not tough enough. I'm gonna tell you, I rode on the back of the truck from Tech City to Galveston. That's some dangerous. Y'all kids can't even ride on the back of the truck. If y'all put y'all kids on the back of the truck for 5 minutes, you're going to jail. That's why they soft.
Right to jail.
The laws is soft. They made the kids soft. I used to ride on the back of the truck with a smile on my face over a car over the bridge.
Yeah.
We hit a speed bump.
If you ain't riding on the back of the truck, Look, if you ain't riding the back of the truck across the causeway, you ain't from Galveston County.
Look,
straight
so
like that.
that was
you ain't have to lay down. Look, yes, lay down.
That's some dangerous shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we did that shit that was what we looked forward to. It
Hey,
could be
boy,
a spot
hey,
in
if they
the
get an
truck,
offender
and we
bender,
still gonna
everybody
get on
in
the
the
back.
dies.
Like one bump, nigga.
Everybody
nigga,
dead.
One bump and you finished. And nigga was looking forward to doing that shit, man. Yeah. We can't even tell these kids, man, you soft. Or you like, you know, these kids are too, you know, they and in the sports world, that don't work. That's not just, it's not gonna work.
So what happened was when football became America's new pastime, well, you get what you got with baseball. Nobody's turned away in baseball. So now baseball went to the old football mentality. Hey, this ain't for everybody. Everybody can't play this sport. And now football, we welcome all football teams. You got kids who don't like getting hit playing sports. You know what I mean? We don't have parents. Parents want to, I want to be cool with Roy. With Roy out there every Saturday, his kids playing football, so I'm going to make my kids play. That's not what football for. And that has tripled all the way up to the high school level. And that's why I got, like I said, Tech City, my New Year's resolution, get your offense together, man. I mean, if y'all win that PNG game, Roy, I can only dream about what that season looked like, what the seeding looked like, right? And then you hosted a playoff game at home, another one. Hitchcock.
Who gonna get one of them next, man? Who gonna get one of them?
Hitchcock, you picked to win state. You was picked to win state. You got home, you got sent home first round. You ought to be pissed off.
That was a disappointing weekend, man. Disappointing.
You can't blame this on the coach. You ought to be pissed off. As a player, you ought to be pissed off. Lamar, get your culture back. Galveston, stop lying to yourself. Simple as that. I know my inbox is going to be filled up after that one, but it is what it is. I love all y'all. And if I hate y'all, I'll start lying. But so moving on.
My mom used to say, tell the truth, shame the devil.
Yeah, and I'm shaming that motherfucking devil.
Tell the truth,
I'm shaming that devil. That's just what it is. He say, yeah, Rodney said it. Let me see. Rodney said nowadays kids won't even watch the games.
Yeah, I take we go to a football game every Friday, and my kid, I try to keep them there sitting there. We talk about the plays and talk about, man, 10 minutes in, them guys want to go get popcorn, want to walk around the stadium. Hey, look, man,
underneath the bleachers.
Chick-fil-A. You here to watch the game.
Yeah.
You know, like, man, I used to sit and watch those games when I was a kid. I used to love watching the game, like love football. And the kids who love it, you can tell, and the kids who don't, you can tell. And we've become a 7-on, no hate on 7-on-7, but we've become a 7-on-7 culture. So we've eliminated the linemen. You know, we've eliminated the linemen from the game. The linemen can't play 7-on-7. So everybody's attracted to the skilled kid who can jump high and run fast. Now that's cool from January to June, but from July to December, the motherfuckers who got the linemen gonna win. So y'all better figure out a way to include them linemen, and figure out what you're gonna do, especially in Galveston County, to build a line that's 5 deep or at least 3 deep. You ain't gonna win with one lineman here and there. Yeah. You're only gonna win with a whole line. And it ain't built like that bullshit ass coach y'all like doing in Colorado. Now I ain't gonna touch on this too long, but I wouldn't be me if I didn't touch on it for a minute.
Go ahead and get it off, Roy.
You do not build an offensive line at pick apart. That's not how you do it. You don't go pick one here, pick one there. All them motherfuckers gonna meet each other in January. They don't even know each other. They don't like each other. They competing with each other, right? When you get to school, they already got the old line there. So the new lineman, you walk in, I'm a lineman. I walk in, and my first thought is what? Man, I'm finna take one of these niggas' spot.
Yeah.
That's the first thought. I'm
finna
take one of y'all spot. So when
you got 5 people,
when you bring 6, 7 new linemen in, and all of them juniors, and it's time to play, what do you think they all doing? They all in competition with each other. Ain't no joining together to be friends. They not gonna be together until you decide who the 5 starters are. When you gonna do that? After spring? So they gonna spend the summer as a group. That's it. And then they don't have the backup, man. You have to build those groups. And that's my problem with Prime. I know y'all think I ain't hating on that man. That man stinks as a coach. What he's doing, he's a great person. Like, he's a great person as a front person, but he stinks as a coach. College football is not something that you can build tomorrow and just run off with it. You have to stick in there, and you have to build those teams, especially that group. You might be able to throw 4 receivers out there that run different routes, but you ain't finna throw 5 offensive linemen in there and just think that they're gonna block, especially if you're gonna call pass plays.
And look, you can't put a line together. And I'm gonna say that I'm a Deion Sanders. That's my guy. Now, coaching wise, you ain't gonna protect your son.
But you can't, Tristo. Like, I'm an offensive lineman. You know what I hate when we do as what we did when we come out and call 3 straight pass plays. Why the fuck are you calling 3 straight pass plays? Why are you dropping back? They got a chance to do whatever they want. When I'm pass blocking, they can send all kind of stunts. I can be better than the person in front of me. I can be the outright best lineman in the world. But when they start sending twists, you don't know who missing that block. Yeah. You don't know why that's that way. So all of these dummies sit in their house like, oh, the line sucked. Man, if the other coach can draw up all these blitzes because you're going to pass it 45 times a game, this ain't the NFL. This ain't the NFL. You don't pass the ball 40 times a game.
Yeah, the back never stays in the hill. It's the scheme and no slide protection.
The back had 180 yards receiving the first game, so they thought that shit was cute. Like, a lot of the time I don't argue with y'all people on here about Coach Prime because y'all stupid. Y'all don't know nothing about football. Y'all just be talking about your emotions. You talking out of your heart. You're not talking with no sense. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. That's why I don't argue with y'all. That's why I troll y'all all day, because y'all stupid.
Yeah, and look, you have been so consistent. Remember
what they doing, and this is really a time for us to talk X's and O's. As a lineman, I hate a game where I got to sit back and pass block somebody for 40 reps. Eventually, they're going to do something that I don't get, right? I need to run block them for 2 reasons. I take their energy down.
Yes. Run
blocking, I'm going to take his energy down so he cannot rush freely on pass block with all that energy. D-linemen are rotating out every 2 or 3 plays. That's a fresh motherfucker over there every 2 plays. Offensive line playing the whole game. If I got to kick, slide, and kick and protect, eventually that's going to fall apart. So all of y'all smart guys who think that going in the portal and picking up 30 kids is going to work, that shit's not ever going to work. It's not going to work. That team is never going to have no camaraderie or unity, and that's not what we're supposed to be talking about, but y'all stupid. And y'all think I'm trolling, but I'm smarter than y'all when it comes to this shit. It's not trolling. Everything I do come with some kind of, anything I say I've already researched. So challenge me. The next time you see me post something about Coach Prime, let's talk about it and watch that I know more about it than you know about it. Before I posted it, I already researched what I need to research. I know that all them linemen he got are bullshit niggas. They came from UTEP. UTEP was terrible. The one came from U of H, go Cougs. That U of H was terrible. One came from Connecticut, terrible. And one came from Jackson State. He tried that bullshit, bringing those SWAC players to the Division I football. A SWAC player ain't finna come to the Big 12 and be no big fucking world beater.
Especially not right off the bat.
It's not gonna happen, man. So look, it ain't no hating. It's just the truth. And y'all don't like the truth, you can self-harm yourself. I don't.
We trying to look. We ain't trying to get monetized. We already monetized. We trying to not get.
Hey, Tristo, it's a question in here. Oh, you got it up there. What's the New Year's resolution?
Now, hold on. We got to apologize for Jerome because he left Ball High and went to Clear Lake. So that's why I say revolution. He ain't meaning Dickinson, y'all do all the violence. That's not what he meant. He meant resolution.
Nah, he might mean revolution. Do you want a revolution? Whoop, whoop. They might need a revolution. They lost to Pearland in the first round after they was on the 1 yard line 3 times. So they need a revolution, a resolution, and some other lutions.
So what I'm gonna say is, and I'm gonna let you chime in. Let me touch on this, Roy. Pause. Dickinson. when are y'all gonna tell the coach? And I'm not saying Snell's a bad coach. I'm just saying, what incentive does he have to be better than what he is? Where's the evaluation process? Where's the measuring stick? Where's the expectations for every year? That's what I'm saying. He has the wealth of talent. You know, a wealth of talent at that school. It's not the kids. It's not the kids. Built-in excuses, like playing a task of season and just playing the game, not trying to win the game. Them kids want to win the game, right? Who is evaluating the progress or lack of progress of the coach? How long is he going to be able to sit in his throne and do what he want to do with whatever result, and nobody hold him accountable? Parents, y'all scared to say something because y'all don't want your kid to sit the bench. Y'all at a 6A, it's 5,000 kids at the school. I get it, right? Who's going to hold that coach accountable? When is Dickinson going to say, hey, man, it's not good enough? That's all. The resolution for Dickinson is accountability for the head coach. When are we going to start holding him accountable? That's where we at. It's not about the kids, because I know every time we say something about Dickinson, everybody jump in here and they throw their kid up in front of the coach. Stop doing that shit, man. If it's bad, it's bad. Y'all are hard on the Little League coach than they are the high school coach. Boy, Roy, if you or myself got sent home on the first round, we would get fired from our volunteer job.
Have to fight in the parking lot.
We get punched on. Man, you couldn't go to the corner store. Man, look here. If Rodney, let me see. I'm gonna post Rodney.
Nah, it's definitely talent at Dickinson.
Hey, Rodney, I've been at their practice. They spring. They got more talent than they know what to do with. I'm gonna tell you right now, there's some kids on their JV. They can go start and put up numbers on varsity.
You know why? Look at Dickinson's program from 7th grade all the way up to varsity. They are beating the shit out of every team.
They don't lose. They do not lose.
They don't lose, man. They don't lose. And they
Crayons don't lose.
McAdams
only lose the Crayons. I bet the third junior high they just shot up. I forget the name of that. They not gonna lose. The loser only goes on
win
varsity.
Big margins too. They beating the shit out of people. So when you from 7th grade all the way up to 9th grade, they beating the shit out of people. Dickinson, I think on the freshman level, blew a Tascasita out this year.
Yeah, and then you
blew
look at this also.
Out. So
they got freshmen. They always have underclassmen that can do multiple years on varsity to get to their senior year, get the same goddamn result that they got their freshman, sophomore, and junior year. That is coaching, man.
Let me give them my resolution for revolution and resolution. Build the fucking trenches. Every year, Dickinson got one O lineman and one tight end. Figure it out. Put more interest in your O-line play. Put more interest in that from top to bottom. Like, put more programs around blocking. Put more emphasis on the O-line. It seems like I see they sending out cornerbacks and tight ends out of this motherfucker every day. Like, when we gonna send out a guard? When we gonna send out a center? The teams with a good center. When the last time we sent a good center or a guard out of here? That's
I'm gonna tell you this here. In 6A, if you got 5 starting offensive linemen, 4 of them, and I'm giving you 4, need to be going to go play college.
And you're gonna win.
Yeah, if you don't have 4 on 6A, if you don't have 4, at least 4 out of the 5 offensive linemen that's not coming into their senior year with a scholarship waiting on them, something going on.
And I'm gonna tell you this: you can have worse skill players if you have good linemen. Your skill players don't have to be as good if you got good linemen. Guess what? Let's look at a team that I hate: the Philadelphia Eagles. When the Eagles are on, their time of possession is bigger than anybody in the league. The Eagles are able to run and get first down after first down after first down. You think they do that because they got Jalen Hurts? I know y'all stupid motherfuckers think that. No, they do that because they have good O-line play.
Everybody trying to tush push it. The tush push only working with one team. And they got the most. They got the trenches on the offensive line. I hate that ass.
If you can win the line of scrimmage, you can win the game. If you can win the line, and the problem is, I don't even know why these coaches don't understand this. Like, I don't know why they don't put more emphasis on it. Like, go find, if you're going to wheel and deal players, go find the lineman.
Well, let me tell you this, Roy. Who is the most hated coach on every coaching staff?
The O-line coach.
They don't want that guy in the room no more. See, the culture of football has changed to this nice finesse, everybody get along. The offensive line coach would go to the offensive coordinator or head coach or whatever and say, stop running that shit. We can't block it. And that play don't get ran no more. I put Coach Rodney Limits, and I got to tell you right now, Rodney, I picked against y'all. Please prove me wrong. I won't be mad at you. Now, I got Galveston versus Galveston. I got to go with family. But I hated that pick, but I picked against y'all. But you played for Coach Fitzmorris. Coach
Tristo got to go to Dallas, y'all. Tristo picked all the Dallas teams, man. He got to get a shag, and he got to move to Dallas.
Hey, look, I can't grow no hair at the top, but I can grow it at the back. So I'm going to shag it up right after this state championship.
My boy got to get a shag. He picked all Dallas. I looked at it, and I saw it. But, I can't do that. What's our next topic so we don't run out of,
Yeah. We went long on that. So, this the hardest one, Roy. We're going to have to flip a quarter and see who started off on this, because I know this. Top 5 players for the class.
You don't want to go coach first?
Let's go. Let's go coach. Okay. Our coach of the year. And when we say this coach, we ain't saying this because we like him. You ain't got to like him. We saying because we see the work and we see either from his position, from his offense, or from his team or defense, you see his hard work being displayed by his kids. That makes a good coach. That's what we mean by coach of the year. It's not all the numbers, because they like to do coach of the year and start throwing out numbers. Well, ball coaches, when we looking for coaches of the year, we looking for production. Being prolific with the coaching. That means for y'all people to think it's just Nipsey, being prolific means producing in mass quantities. So it don't matter who go for it. Roy, I like to hear yours. I'm itching to hear yours. Who is the Roy Swan coach of the year? And you got to buy him a bottle once you name him too.
Well, that's going to be easy for me, man. I went, so, this is not no bias shit. I went with my hometown defensive coordinator, Jermaine Anderson. I went with Jeff, man. So just some stats. In Tech City, last 6 games, they held 4 teams to 7 or less. They only lost 2 games this year. Both of those teams played for the chance to go to state championship, right? So that one of their losses will be against the team that's playing in state. The other loss is the team that lost in the round before state. That's the only 2 losses all year. And down there, most everybody lost in the first round. So you can't. The clear schools didn't. They went further. So I'll give them a little credit. But I feel like when I went to the Tech City games, I seen a lot of I seen freshmen and sophomores playing on the field and I seen people playing both ways in 5A football. And I feel like a coach who can hold a team to 7 points or less in the last 6 games, 4 teams, not the first few games. The first games are when you get to play against the patty cakes, right? We're talking about the heart of the district schedule, when the games matter the most.
When they get gangster.
Yeah, when the games, when it's everything on the line, they held 4 teams to 7 points or less. So I really think that Jeff, and not just Jeff, his staff, the defensive staff, did a good job at Texas City. They lost in the playoffs 10-7 to the team that later went on to, play in the game in the round before state. And they should have won that game. They shit the bed there on offense. So my coach of the year is Tech City defensive coordinator Jermaine Anderson. And I'll end this with this. Fuck Texas. Fuck UT, Jermaine. And I played for the best Texas City team ever. You played for the second best Texas City team ever. But this year, you are my coach of the year.
And just to let y'all know, we not freestyling. We got notes. Show me notes, bro. They think we just out here talking. We not talking.
I ain't just talking, man.
We ain't just talking. We not talking. So unfortunately, Roy stole my thunder because my coaching year is Jermaine Anderson. So Coach Anderson, you get 2 bottles. I know you drink clear too. So I don't know. We don't want to buy no Diddy juice because he under scrutiny. So you pick your bottles, you let us know, we'll bring them to you. But the reason why I picked it is because, and it was close because that secondary, it could have went to a couple people because, you know, you got Brandon Robinson, Jamarcus Powers in the secondary. Jamarcus Powers, one of the greatest defensive backs to probably ever come out of this county. Under the leadership of Jermaine Anderson, that defense is fast, physical, smart. They play with leverage. They play front to back. They're coached up, and they have adapted his mentality. They have a business mentality. You know, like I said earlier when I was talking about Texas City, that is not a team you go see and you look at the defense and say, man, why is he playing there? He should be playing there. Every kid on that defense is in the right spot. And in addition to his coaching, the great job he's done with the coaching, he's in the community. Jermaine is in the community. You know, kids see his face. The biggest thing, he helped get one of my players that he lost his brother. His brother was murdered. And the kid, his older brother was done with football. And they got him on the field. And not only did that kid get on the field, that kid made it to honor roll, Roy. And that's under those coaches at Texas City and Jermaine. And I asked Jermaine and for a favor, I said, man, can you please look after my baby boy? And that was it. That was it. It wasn't no promise. Oh, yeah, it wasn't no talking. He just done it. So to me, it's nobody close to Jermaine Anderson in Galveston County, but Beltway South for us coaching. He deserves a head coaching job. I hope somebody give it to him. If anybody listening, there's somebody that knows somebody. He needs to be a head coach. He has every box you need to check. So Jermaine, Jeffrey J. Anderson, we appreciate you. Thank you. You got 2 bottles coming your way. And you know it's unlimited drinks on me whenever I meet you in the club, but I don't go out that much. So you got to come to Club Tristo so we can get it on. But we appreciate you, man.
I don't know. He might not have been, if he logged in now, I still want to reiterate, you know, we got to give him his flowers, but he needs to know clearly that where I stand on something else. Fuck UT. And you play for the second best team in Texas City history. Those 2 things are true also. But this year, you know what I'm saying? You are our coach. And we didn't pick this together. Like
I said, we done our notes separate. And we made a pact not to talk about whatever we wrote. Like they take the thunder away from the podcast. But
I didn't know he was gonna pick Jeff. I picked Jeff. That's a plus, man. Fuck UT though.
Yeah, you can't say I love UT. on top of him,
you see the Washington. Y'all see the Washington logo right there on my. I can't wait for that game.
Yeah,
Washington beat the.
Hey Jeff, I'm gonna tell you right now. Just like we talk about them when they ain't doing right, we're gonna give our coaches their flowers, man. And we definitely appreciate you and thank you for everything you've done for these kids in the community. And man, I sure hope somebody come get you and give you a head coaching job somewhere because you're well overdue for it, man. We appreciate you.
I want Washington to beat the brisket out of Bevo ass. I want Bevo to be hamburger patties at Wendy's. I want Bevo to be all 4 for 4s by January 3rd. The whole Bevo need to be 4 for 4s. He don't need to go to no big steakhouse or nothing. He need to go to Wendy's with his bitch ass.
Man, Bevo don't bother nobody, man. Bevo don't bother nobody, man.
Hey, man, they need to take Bevo to Wendy's, man. He need to be 4 for 4 specials immediately, expeditiously.
Yeah. So he go to Hardport, Roy. This is the shit that we struggle with. So we're going to put this disclaimer out. We're talking about great, not good. We're talking about great. We're talking about if these players that we name, and I'm mentioning Roy Swan and Tristan Sanders, top 5. If these players not on the field, there is a difference. When they on the field, it's a difference. We're gonna start from 5 to number 1, Roy. This how
I gotta have them ranked.
Yeah, 5 to number 1.
I gotta put a number by them.
Oh man, you ain't do the homework right, man. Top 5.
I did, but I wasn't gonna do that. I did do it, but I wasn't gonna do that.
Look,
I gotta rank 1 through 5.
Look, this is what we're gonna do to alleviate the pressure. You name
I can do it. Look, it ain't.
Look, you name your 5, I'm gonna name my 5. You name your 4, I'm gonna name my 4, and we go all the way down to 1 like that.
Okay.
So let's start with number 5. You want me to go first? I know you got a lot going on.
Don't get in your feelings.
Please don't get in your feelings, man, because I got that bad spray, and I'm hitting in your face, and I'm gonna punch the kick on you if you come bother me over this little stuff now. It's the internet. I started off. I know you got to look at yours, man. You ready? Let me know if you need a second now.
All right, number 5. So y'all know me. I'm in the trenches. You know, I'm not going with all these skilled players and all that cute shit. Y'all can run them jet sweeps and the screen plays all you want. I'm going to the trenches. So my number 5 player, y'all might not know him, but his name is Isaiah Johnson from Clear Springs. He's a defensive lineman committed to Memphis. Isaiah Johnson, Clear Springs, D lineman going to Memphis. 6'3", 275, big time player. Everybody wondered, hey, everybody was watching that North Shore game and like, how is Clear Springs standing in there with North Shore? That's how. The trenches, guys. It ain't don't start.
And they wore their ass down too. They wore them down.
So shout out Isaiah Johnson. If anybody know him or know his family, number 5 on my list. Isaiah Johnson, Clear Springs.
All right, for my number 5, Khalil Ward, Clear Creek, safety, game breaker. Game breaker. The bloodline did not lie when we get to talking about Khalil Ward. His daddy, Mr. Ward, is a coach, and the football intellect is there, fast, physical. You see some pro attributes in this guy. He got a great future ahead of him. But at Creek, he was the law back there in that secondary. So, and yes, I didn't get to see a lot of Clear Creek games, but I'm gonna tell you the few that I watched, you knew what that Ward kid was. So Khalil Ward, man, shout out to you. Great job, kid. Shout out to the family, mom, dad. Y'all did a great job. Well-mannered kid. Take care of his business at all times, man. Thank y'all. But that's my number 5, Khalil Ward.
Hey, Khalil Ward was one of the players I looked at on here too. So I got his name on my list. So that's another player that.
And we got to the clear schools. Now don't y'all get on here with that bullshit. We went straight to the clear schools.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I'm from Tech City. I don't have nobody from Galveston, Tech City, or Lamarck on my list. And there was one Lamarck player that was right on the edge. I was like, do I put him number 5 or do I not? So I had a Lamarck player, and I think it's one of Tristo kids. But I had a Lamarck. I'm not gonna say none of the kids I didn't put on my list name, but I had a Lamarck player that was right on the edge of my list. But I already had too many skill players, and if I sat up here as a lineman and put all these skill players on here and not no lineman, then the rest of
it'd be blasphemy.
Yeah, that wouldn't be right. So my number 4 player. Whew, man. This number 3 and number 2 gonna be controversial because they both kids that everybody know. My number 4 player is Damani Maxson, safety, Clear Lake. Shout out Jerome Simpson. I've been drinking too. Look, y'all, I done drunk. Look how much Crown I done drunk out this bottle. I can't say the names.
Right. Last time putting bottles on there because they ain't giving us no money. We gotta start putting tape on.
I got to take the label off. But
Yeah.
Damani is going to Kansas to play safety. He's a Texas top 100 player. He is we don't give these clear schools enough credit. Like me and Tristo was talking earlier. Kenny too. Shout out Kenny too, man. We got a Clear Lake kid on here.
Yeah.
We saw the other day there was a League City kid in the Michigan versus Ohio State game. I don't know which team. I think he was an Ohio State kicker. So shout out Damani Maxson. He is my number 4 player on my list. Safety, Clear Lake, Damani Maxson.
Okay. My number 4 player, Mr. Ricky Green. Lockdown corner, Texas City High School. I'll tell you this here. Ricky made teams not go his way at all. You know, and yes, I'm with the skinny guys. I'm with the skinny guys. Cornerback is the hardest position to play because you can not allow no catches. And the minute you allow one, you're the worst player on the field. But Ricky Green, man, look here. This kid here, he has no diva in him. It's straight dog. He reminds me, he's in that Jalen Ramsey, Marcus Peters type. He got all the very fast. I believe he's a 4-3, a low 4-3 guy that's going to come up and hit you. And he plays a two-way player also. And I'm giving love to all two-way players. And y'all see that more when we get down the list. But that's old school football. Do what he need to do to win. He don't do too much talking. You know, he don't do too much talking. He just play. And Ricky Green, I forget what college he going to, or if he even committed a sign yet. But whoever get him, you getting a football player with Ricky Green. So shout out to Ricky and his family, his support system. Thank y'all for keeping that boy straight. And Ricky, you keep balling, Ricky. We proud of you. Thank you. It get crucial now. Number 3. You're on mute. Take your mute out.
Let me tell you. Woo! Top 3. Number 3. I'm going with Damian McDaniel, Hitchcock. UNLV commit, wide receiver, hooper, all around athlete.
All around baller.
All around athlete.
Baller.
And this kid can probably finish anywhere. If you got a list and you got a top 5, he could be 1, he could be 2, he could be 3. It's I'm not gonna say my reasoning, but this kid a football player. I wish him the best going on with whatever he does at UNLV. If he stay there for 4 years, he goes somewhere else. But I do think this kid is a football player. So my number 3 is Hitchcock, Texas, Damian McDaniel.
Hey, look here. That kid is special. He's a freak athlete. Signed to UNLV. Great parents. Come from a great support system. Representing Hitchcock to the fullest. Great, respectful young man. Handled his books on and off the field. That's if put like this, if you can mold a son, that's the type of son that you want right there.
Hitchcock, I need some pork chop. I need a pork chop sandwich.
Yeah, you're the right way, man. You're the right way. For my number 3, I'm going small school. I'm going also.
Don't go in there.
Mr. Dylan Thomas.
Lamar, Texas.
Lamar Cougars. Safety, outside linebacker, inside linebacker, wide receiver, running back. Does not come off the field. He stayed home. He stayed 10 toes down. When everybody was leaving, he stayed 10 toes down. And he got probably one of the craziest catches of the season on highlight. Now, I posted the highlight later. I posted it before. But Dylan Thomas, 1-0 Savage, he's one of the, out of all the recruits we got out of here, he's one of the few that they're recruiting him to be a two-way player. So, very special kid, very special kid. Get on my damn nerves too, but very special kid.
That is the kid that I fought with at number 5. I went back and forth at number 5. I'm like, man, I got a lineman, I got another skill player. I got a lineman, another skill player. And you know that's a kid that was right at the edge. That number, really the top 3, right? Trying to figure out who you put in the top 3. and who you leave off the list is the toughest part.
Yeah,
Because
leaving
like
somebody off the list is hard.
you gonna leave somebody off the list every time, and that's no disrespect to those kids, but Dylan was one of the kids that was on my list, man. So shout out to Dylan.
Yeah, I mean like with Dylan, when you see them, when everybody know you getting the ball, and everybody know, and you still produce, and amongst amongst all the circumstances that they put around them, I wish it had been a better situation for us his season, because I would love to see him in the playoffs. I'd love to see him on the big stage performing, but he handled his business, and he handled it at a high level. And he was consistent with how he handled his business. Number 2.
I think this is gonna be a popular pick. Rodney Bimich Jr. is my number 2. A kid that probably Dickinson should have let play both ways. A kid
you goddamn right.
A kid that got the skill set that can match anybody around here. Arizona State commit. He shot out. He did a big thing. When I saw his signing day, I was like, look, they got the Sun Devils all over that, man. And that's a big deal. So my number 2 player, cornerback, Dickinson, Texas, Rodney Bimich Jr. He got a little brother that I know gonna be coming right behind him to do the
coming
same
right behind him, and it look like y'all. And I'm telling you right now, the way that little brother playing is like y'all not about to put me in his shadow.
Yeah,
the way he playing, he run that. But I don't know where he gonna end up on what side of the ball. I really hope they don't wait too late like they did with the older brother. Let that boy play both ways. If you want to win, if his last name Bimich, he don't need to come off the field.
Yeah, man. I watched the younger brother, and we ain't gonna take the older brothers. The younger brother and my young son the same age, so I watched the younger brother at the showcase, and I'm like, man, that kid is something special. So, my number 2, Rodney Bimich Jr., Dickinson, Texas. And look, Bimich is Dickinson. He ain't no Dickinson trade in. Yeah. He ain't no Dickinson out. He ain't come from somewhere. Hey, daddy from Dickinson, son from Dickinson. Mama call you Bimich. I'm going to call you Bimich. He Dickinson, Texas all the way through. He Dickinson, Texas all the way through. So I respect that, man. So Bimich, my number 2.
That is a great one. My number 2 is Deuce Solomon, District 24, 6A, most valuable player. And I don't want to be negative towards the coaches, right? In spite of, absolute warrior. He almost beat North Shore by his goddamn self. And that's one of those games that remind me of that PNG game. When I say, man, that game, they win that game, their whole season is different. The whole playoffs is different. He can do it all. Slot receiver, running back. And I'm always naming these kids that play multiple positions. That's old school football. That means you don't have an ego. You got certain kids, I only play quarterback. I'm just a quarterback. But he lined up at running back, slot receiver, quarterback. He ran quarterback dives against some of the best teams in the state of Texas. You know what I mean? And fought through injury, absolute warrior. I wish he'd have played defense. I wish they'd have put him back there as safety. That's the only thing. I wish they'd have put him back there as strong safety and let him work. But we can't do nothing about the coaching. But my number 2, especially as a whole, with the body of work, I'm taking Deuce Solomon.
Man, that's a good pick, Tristo. I do every week, man. Deuce was doing something different. He played running back this week. He played quarterback next week. He played, that's those type of players on the high school level are invaluable. Like you can't make that up. Like that's the player that make the team on the high school level. The guy that can play every position. On our state championship team, we had a kid named he ain't a kid no more. He old ass nigga. But we had John Bell on our team, man. Bell played he played kick returner. He played slot receiver. He was a unanimous all-district cornerback. Played running back. He played everything. And you can't, those players are invaluable on a team like that. So, shout out Deuce. That's that's a good pick. Deuce could easily be. He was the top player in the biggest district around here. So Deuce could easily be the number one player on any list. If you're really just looking at accomplishments and awards, that kid could be number one on any list, right?
Yeah.
We ain't looking at size and the
that, that's voted on by the coaches you play against. So that basically saying when we in the war room, we got to figure out what number 2 is.
He's on the
volumes.
He's at the biggest program in Galveston County, in the biggest district in Galveston County, and he's the MVP of that district. So hands down, that his year could warrant him being number one on anybody's list, and you can't argue with if he's a unanimous number one. So
we get to the hardest one, man. Overall, I'm mine gonna be obvious.
Mine is not. I guarantee nobody know mine.
Do you want me? Let me go first, because
you go first.
Yeah, yours is gonna be special. So my number one is who we mentioned earlier, is Mr. Rodney Bennett. Impact of the game. When they do not go to your side, no type of way, run or pass, it's a problem. You're a problem. And when they do come to your side, you remind them why you don't need to come over here. Rodney Bennett signed to Arizona State today. Early signing, December. The early signing lets you know that he was already locked in a long time ago with the Arizona State Sun Devils. But I can't say no. I wish they'd have let him play. The last game, he got to play some offense. But if they'd have done that, and this goes back to what we talked about the talents, if they'd have done that throughout the season, I believe Dixon would be in a better situation than what they were. Rodney Bennett was the best player on that football team. He was the best player on every football team he was on. You know who he is. Great size, great speed, great demeanor, great family, great work ethic. He's not a diva. You know what I mean? He's going to do the work, and he take people completely out the game. He goes to the number one receiver, and he stays with him. I'm glad they got out of that cover 2 and let him play football, because you don't put a great cornerback in the flats. I will tell you that. But Rodney Bennett is my number one. 4 or 5 star, whichever one it is. But he will probably go down as one of the greatest. And when it's all said and done, when his resume is over, you remember this here, what we talking about, he'll probably go down as one of the greatest defensive backs to come out of Galveston County.
So Bennett's my number 2, he your number 1. That lets you know that kid can play football, right? Like,
he can absolutely go. Absolutely.
Two people who didn't even we didn't share these lists at all. We didn't talk about this. We talked about the parameters, but we didn't talk about people. Matter of fact, I tried to say names, and Trisha was like, "No, don't say no names."
Yeah, I don't want no names. Don't keep the
integrity. Keep the integrity. Now, again, like I said from the beginning, I can't sit here with myself and give all the skill players a nod and talk like I talk when I know where the game is won and lost. The game is won and lost in the trenches, guys. And if you don't believe that, then sorry for you. The game of football is won and lost in the trenches. Why do you see Alabama every year? Why do you see Georgia every year? It ain't because they got a bunch of skill players. It's because they got some 6'7", 6'9", 6'8", 6'5" dudes up front blocking. Number 1 draft picks on D-line, number 1 draft picks on O-line. That's why those teams are constantly top 5 in the country. It's not the skill players are good, but tell me about the Georgia skill players that's in the league right now.
Yeah.
Right. Tell me about the skill players. Now let's go back and talk about the linemen. They almost got the whole Philadelphia D-line in the league. And line, that's what
they keep going to Georgia. They just give me whoever from Georgia. Let me get them.
The defense and the front 7 and those guys are. That's what football is won and lost. And all of you coaches out here that's watching this, you little league coaches, I know y'all want to develop that playbook and y'all want to put the plays together and put the cute routes and all that pretty shit together. But you're going to do better at sports when you start to develop, as football especially, when you start to develop the front when you start to develop the D-line. So before you draw up any damn crossing route or skinny post or all that bullshit, you need to draw up the blocking scheme. You need to draw up the D-line. Do I want a 4-man front, a 5-man front? Do not get in that fucking 6-2. If you get in a 6-2, you're being disrespectful. Like, so you want a 4-man front, you want a 5-man front, whatever you want to do, draw that up first. The routes are easy to draw. They got a pattern for you online. Anywhere you go, you can draw up the route tree. That shit is easy to do. But who do I need to block? Not just block the person in front of you, blah, blah, blah. But let me get off of that because I can stay on that all night.
Yes, sir.
My number one player is an offensive lineman. And why is it offensive lineman? He is the number one player in this area. And it's no doubt about it. There's no question. There's no he is the number one player in this area. He is the number 9 offensive tackle in the country.
Yes, sir.
In the United States of America, he's the number 9 offensive tackle. And y'all might not have heard of him because it's not pretty. Y'all like routes. Y'all like motherfuckers who catch the ball. Y'all like motherfuckers who run the touchdowns. That's cute. That's cute. That's cute, you know. But the motherfucker who the reason why he getting them touchdowns is because of this person right here. Another kid from Clear Springs, Blake Ivy. Now, I don't know if he's going to stay with his Texas A&M commit with the coaches leaving, but Blake Ivy is committed to Texas A&M. He's the number 9 offensive tackle in the country, and 6'3", 290, nasty, physical. Like this as good as it gets, man. This is what football for me. You know, I'm a lineman, so that's every time you hear me talk, I'm gonna find the lineman. I don't dislike the skilled players, but you know, y'all was born with 6-packs. I wasn't born with a 6-pack, so I might be a little jealous. So I'm picking linemen over y'all. Y'all automatically got an advantage with y'all little 6-packs and skinny bodies. You know, we different. So
what number was Blake Ivy, Roy? What was his jersey number?
Man, don't make me lie. I think it's 77.
So if you got Texan Live or whatever you watch the football, you can go to On Demand. If you want to figure out, and I know what Roy talking about now that he dropped that name. That offensive line was the reason why Clear Springs. I know a lot of people are like, well, what the hell Clear Springs doing up here? That offensive line was legit, and he was the leader of a legit unit. That's a great number 1, Roy. That's a great number 1. Number 9 in the country. We had a number 9 lineman in the country, and nobody talked about it.
Nobody even knew.
Nobody talked about it.
Nobody even knew that we had the number 9 lineman in the country right here in Galveston County. And that, you know, I hadn't heard, but we don't never hear about those kids. Dickinson has done a good job of sending at least 1 tackle out of here every year. And we don't hear about those kids a lot. Like sometimes we hear about them. We hear about the tight ends because Dickinson has also sent a tight end out of here every year. Dickinson sent a tight end and a tackle out of here every year.
I think next year we're going to send 2 out. Next year we'll send 2 tight ends out.
We hear more about the tight end than we do about the tackle, right?
Right.
But Blake Ivy, man, that's gonna be a kid. Dickinson got a little Dickinson A&M pipeline going. Now, I don't know if that's gonna change with the new coach being there, but Dickinson had a nice little Dickinson to A&M pipeline going over the last few years, and that those type of relationships are good for the kids. But shout out Blake Ivy, man. That kid is a baller. You don't get to number 9 often. You don't get to ESPN. That's an ESPN top 150 kid. That is you're a top 10 player in the country. You don't get those type of numbers if you're not playing football. Those are usually the awards that they don't. I mean, those are usually the accolades that they don't hand out. So I want to find this number so I can tell everybody.
He number 9 in the nation. Just put him in Google. You know how I go. When you one of them, just put it in Google.
But yeah, man, that Jerome already knew.
You say number 54.
You said 54?
Yeah. Jerome and Ken, they say number 54.
That's a trash number, Blake. That's a trash number, Blake. I would go with something more like this. You know,
you gotta get them 70s. Them 70s, you gotta get up in there.
Hey, I would go with something more like this. But hey, that's just me. I would pick 71.
Yeah.
I would never in my life pick 54. But I wasn't the number 9 player in the country either. So
he doing something right.
Maybe I should have picked 54. Maybe I should have went with 54.
Man, so this was part of the show where we gonna open it up for call in. We put the call in number in here. Hold on. So if you want to call in, voice your opinion, tell us we ain't shit or whatever, go ahead, but I like, man, Roy, I appreciate you coming on tonight, man. We had a great time, great show. Covered some good topics. So overall, I would like to see us talk more about our kids. You know what I mean? Like that's the problem, how we got the number 9 kid in the nation. And we talked about it's a kid from Michigan or Ohio State. We can't remember which one. Right from League City, Texas. He the kicker. He was the kicker. I think game-winning kicker. I think it was Michigan. We need to get this stuff going, man. We got some great stuff going on down here. Shout out to everybody that's in the state championship. I hope my 4 team will come through.
His name is Jaden Fielding. He from League City, Texas. You know why we don't know him, Tristo?
Why is that?
He went to IMG Academy. He got the fuck out of here.
Oh.
He went to IMG Academy. That's why we don't know him. He played football and soccer at Clear Creek prior to going to IMG.
Wow. That's why we don't know about him.
So he from Clear Creek, went to IMG. But Blake Fielding, product of Galveston County, man. We gotta give those kids their flowers, man. I'm
gonna try to get that dude on here. We need to get that guy on here. We need to find his people. They probably rich because he went to IMG. Yeah. But we gotta get him on here, man. We gotta talk to him, man. How did that happen? So we had Jonah Williams almost leave Galveston Ball to go to IMG. But later on, he changed his mind. Hey, he got a call-in number. That's the right number, Trey? Yeah, anybody want to call in, comment, tell us we ain't shit, tell us we wrong, tell us we bad people. Well, come on in here, because we in here. You got unmute your mic, Roy.
Yeah, when I have noise in the background, I mute. But yeah, man, I'm just trying to see if anybody gonna call in, what they gonna say, what they gotta say. Like, I think we covered some good stuff. I would really like to hear the opinions of the people.
Yeah. Don't wait till goddamn me after we get out and be like, yeah, them motherfuckers don't know what the hell they talking about.
Yeah. Look, Tristo, I just want anybody who feel like they got a problem with my opinion, just understand. Just understand. Look, you can disagree all you want, but disagree from over there.
Don't bother me. Don't put your hands on me. You ain't going out like Charleston White.
Let me make it. All right. I just want to be free. I just want to go home and talk about football. Nah, man, I'm not dangerous at all, man. Y'all don't listen to me, man. I'm not dangerous at all.
Right. So Dallas Cowboy wise, how do you feel about us moving forward?
I got the 82 Witten right here. And these ain't them bullshit. These my shit ain't got no iron on.
Yeah, if they ain't stitching it, then you don't love the Cowboys.
Hey, they stitched these together.
Yeah.
A 6-year-old Chinese girl made my shit.
Yeah, if they sent your jersey through that little paper print machine, you don't love the Cowboys.
Hey, look, man, I'm realistic. I do think we got a good opportunity, but we play terrible on grass. We don't play well on grass, and we don't control our own destiny. That's my problem with what we got going on right now. We could very well end up having to play a game in Philadelphia, followed by a game in San Francisco. And that or vice versa, right? In San Francisco, followed by a game in Philadelphia. And that's just
our
tough.
reality.
That's just tough.
I locked in to know that's our reality. I hate to say this after the performance we put on Sunday night, but it's something that people do to our defense, and it's a couple teams that exposed it. Arizona, Seattle to a certain extent. Defensively, we can't stop the mesh concept, and we have trouble against good offensive lines. Like we have a pass rushing defensive line. We lost Hankins, right? That's a big loss. People don't understand. I know he don't make all the plays. To me, he like in that Casey Hampton lane. You don't know how much you miss this guy until he can't play no more. So we got the young rookie, Mozzie Smith, stepping in for him because Hankins got a high ankle sprain. Mozzie, yeah. So the reason why he can't be on the field is because he's great against the pass rush, pass rushing, but he bad against run stopping.
And that's surprising to me though, because he played in the Big Ten. I mean,
yeah, but in the NFL, it's a different. As an offensive lineman, you need a year at least before we know if you're good or not.
I would think that Mozzie would be better against the run and worse against the pass because he came from the Big Ten. I would think that.
And Dan Quinn defense, the way he schemes it up, you really don't have to be good. We still got Fowler on our team, man. Tell me one game where you say, man, Fowler killed it.
I also have a problem with Dan Quinn because we rush the passer so well that we leave the middle of the field open, right? Like the games that we've seen problems is we over pursue to the quarterback and the quarterback runs down the middle of the field. We need to have a little bit more real D lineman play to where they don't get so much penetration pause into the backfield. Like they need to get 1 or 2 yards deep and make the quarterback we have 2 really good defensive ends to rush the quarterback to make him step up in the pocket. And those 2, 3 techniques and 1 techniques need to be right there when he steps up. I think if we're gonna win, we need to have that type. We need to change that.
We need another Hankins.
How we pressure the quarterback.
And I thought Mozzie would be the other Hankins, but it's gonna take him a year. And right now, we're not waiting till next year. We ain't got time for that shit. Yeah.
That's ridiculous, bro.
You're in there. Look, I'm in there too. I'm in there.
That's ridiculous.
I'm in there. You got me in there. We in there.
But yeah, I think we do a really good job of pressuring the quarterback. We get pressure on the quarterback, but those quarterbacks who can move, man, they step up in the pocket and they run 7 or 8 yards. Philadelphia has some success against us. Our defense over the last few years has been bent.
We good at turning the ball over, and we do it to the point to where we can almost say that's just what we do.
It's something we do.
Against Buffalo, they turn the ball over a lot. We force a lot of turnovers. I think we'll win the game.
Yeah, but we got Buffalo, we got Miami, and we got the Lions, right? Who else? We got one more team that's decent, don't we?
No, it's Buffalo and the Lions.
And Miami.
Buffalo. I'm not worried about Detroit, but the Lions game and the Buffalo game, we got to get out of there with our head attached.
And then we got the Redskins at the end. The problem is we could go 3-1 and still be the 5 seed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We can go 4-0 and still be the 5 seed. So it's that bullshit loss to the Cardinals and losing to the Eagles because we were bonehead. I know everybody like to hate on the Cowboys, but we should be 2-0 against the Eagles. It's nothing that the Eagles done.
And
to
the refs interjected themselves into that damn game, and I know the ESPN people, they just refuse to acknowledge that point because hating on the Cowboys, probably like I hate Joy Taylor. Like I really wish she would lose her voice for like 6 months. I hate Joy Taylor because she talks. She on ESPN speaks. She talks, and it's like somebody telling her, hey, if you hate on the Cowboys, you get more clicks, likes, or whatever. There's no substance in what she say. Cam Newton called Dak Prescott a game manager. So by him calling him a game manager, that means if he was to go out, we can put Cooper Rush in and still win, right? This year. And this
Cam Newton type in weird font. Cam Newton's a weirdo, man. I don't listen to nothing Cam Newton got to say. So, Cam Newton, man, he don't know what a game manager is. Of all the quarterbacks, he said, and I don't want to even say Brock Purdy a game manager. I think Brock Purdy benefits from having a top 10 player at every other position. And let's not even go top 10. Let's go top 5. And he's got a top 5 offensive tackle, maybe top 3.
And
he's
top
got
1.
I'm being lenient, right?
He's
probably got the best offensive tackle right now in the game. He got the best running back right now in the game. And when we're talking about Debo, he has the best receiver at what he does. Debo is the best receiver in the lane that he's in. He's not a deep ball threat. He's not a short ball. He's Paul.
He's a sandlot football player.
He can do everything. You can hand it to Debo. You can throw him a slant. You can throw him a deep ball. You can do everything with that guy. Then he's got a top 2 tight end.
Yeah.
So you got a top 5 player at every position. And, you got a top 5 lineman, you got a top 5 tight end, top 5 receiver, top 5 running back. And then to me, where they really excel is they probably got 2 of the best linebackers in football.
Right. And I'm going to tell you, I have seen, that linebacker core is crazy.
It's crazy, man.
That linebacker core is crazy. Now, a lot of people looking at that Seattle game, right? Now, if that had been Dallas, Seattle played us close. That first half with a backup quarterback, nobody's talking about how that first half, it was a struggle game with Seattle. Drew Lock at quarterback, bro. I watched it. I got every game. I got all the TVs in here. I'm watching every game, bro. They are capping. That was a struggle game into the second half.
I'm going to bring my baby up here, man.
What's that there?
That's my baby, man. That's my YNC trophy. Hey,
that's a big one. Hey, it ain't. Look, mine ain't as big as that one. Hold on. Let me show you something.
Yeah, hey, you got a new one, man. Mine old, man.
And look, it never gets old. But look, this other thing. We got our day. December 16th is Sun Devil Day. We got a day in Lamarck and a day in Dickinson.
Oh, man. Let me put my shit back up, man. let me put my shit down here.
Yeah, I don't know what we gonna do, but we got a day in Lamarck and we got a day. That's why I can't talk too bad about Dickinson because they gave me a day. Man, Skipworth, he gave me the day. So
I gotta put my shit down. Pearland, I need a day.
They ain't gave you no day. Man,
Pearland ain't give me no day, man. Look, man, Pearland ain't gave me no day.
We need to send
man.
We gonna send an email.
But yeah, man, I ain't. Hey, shot. Congrats to my boy Tristo, man. Hey, champion this year, ran the table. Hey, they shot their best shot but missed.
Boy,
and
my boy finished, man. Our schedule was not fair, and I didn't know because you in the new league, you don't know none of these teams. Our schedule was not fair. I'm like, why we don't got none of them 40-0 games? Why I can let my 2 left leg players run the ball? I ain't get none of them games.
You are Kelly's.
Yeah, I ain't get none of them games. I'm like, well, how they got that game and I ain't get that game? But
my boy R. Kelly's ain't getting no burn, man.
Yeah, nothing. But it's cool. But man, Roy, I appreciate it, Roy. Like, we gonna do this again, man. I appreciate you coming in, man. Sure. It's a great fucking show, man. Great show.
Yeah, man.
Hey, anybody who's still on here, man, like I say, go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Share this motherfucker. Man, watch it again. And we going to keep bringing this heat, man. Hey, we will do the post-state championship live.
Hey, look, Tristan, I know I can't be the permanent co-host, but I need to be here the week before the national championship game and the week after. That's all I ask.
Look, my
UT
dream is
play,
to have you and Jamar on the same panel. You know, on the same
get him on here. I just want to be on here before UT play and after UT play. And look, I need to be on here anytime Colorado playing anybody who got a winning record. Them the only times I need, Tristan. Other than that, I can be in the audience.
Hey,
but,
we gonna make it happen. Hey, look, before UT and after UT.
Yeah, I need to be on here. Because look, I'll apologize if I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Will you?
Look, I'm gonna stand up. But see, no. Hold up. UT got to win twice. This the thing. Let me tell y'all about being a troll. Trolling is way easier than being honest and fair. Trolling is easy because the only way you can beat me is if you go undefeated and you the champion. Other than that, I win. Look,
even if you win and play bad, you still up. You can't win and play bad. That's the thing about a troll. You can't. And that's why I be saying they be going back and forth with you, Roy. I'm talking boys putting whole dissertations in the comments. I said, boy, y'all just don't realize, man, Roy playing on y'all head. He playing on y'all head.
You can put whatever you want. I don't care. You can have honest to God facts. I'm not even reading that shit because I don't want you. I'm not gonna let you win. I'm not gonna let you win.
That's what I do. Look, if your shit longer than one paragraph, yeah, you got it, dog.
Hey, bro, I'm not gonna let you win. And the people who really know me know when I'm bullshitting and when I'm being serious. Like, and I'm gonna give the people who left on here because there's not many people. Most of the time I type that shit up, I'm not even serious. Like, I'm really just trying to get under people's skin. And the more you let me know that I'm getting under your skin, the more I'm gonna do it. So if you let me know that you don't like that, even if I don't believe it, I'm gonna push that. I'm gonna press that motherfucking button till the letter come off of that bitch. I'm telling you, I'm not.
You gotta shout out Coach Roy Swan. You are the lineman. All right, man. Can you please, because I'm gonna cut this part out, man. Tell us about Block Boys, please.
Oh man, look, man, yeah. So, you know, a lot of these dudes, and I don't want anything I say is no disrespect to nobody else. So, I don't have no disrespect to nobody. But Block Boys, I can tell you right now, I don't do because I get money from it. I don't do it for that.
He already monetized.
I don't do it for that.
He already, I'm going to say it for you. Roy Swan is already monetized. He don't need Facebook, YouTube, or Block Boy.
I don't have to get on Block. Like, really, I'm taking away time from my own family to go do that, right? I don't need to do Block Boys. I do Block Boys because nobody gives a fuck about the linemen. Nobody cares about the trenches. And Grizzly, I'm going to shout out to Grizzly. You do, and there's a couple of guys out here trying to get rich off of that shit. I really just want to work with the kids. And you ask any of the parents who ever worked with me, you ask any of the parents who working with me currently, any of the kids who've been around me for the whole time, they're gonna tell you, man, we don't even the money never gets brought up, right? So that's a part of it though, because a lot of y'all don't respect people's time. And because I do have a career and I am valued there, you're not gonna disrespect my time. So I have to charge so we respect each other, right? That's giving you some skin in the game. I got some skin in the game. But if you bring your kid to me, I guarantee you it's going to be different. He's going to be a different kid than the day you brought him, than the day he leaves. And that's if 1 lesson, 20 lessons, the more you bring him, the more different he's going to be. Like, one of the main thing in Block Boys is mentality. You know, if you know one thing about me, if you want to understand one thing about Coach Swan is I don't give a shit who I was blocking, who I was playing against. I thought I was the best player on the field at all times. Every time I stepped on the field, my mind told me I was the best player on the field. Was that true? To me, it was. Maybe to everybody else in the world, it wasn't. But to me, that shit was absolutely true. That was a fact. Every nigga that's going to step on this field today is going to be second, third, fourth, fifth. And that's what I'm trying to put into these kids on Block Boys, man. You never step on the football field where you feel inferior to anybody, especially in the trenches. You never step on the field where you feel like you can't block somebody, you can't do something. Man, it's no can't. It's no can't. It's no we're not going to. We're going to physically dominate every motherfucker we step in front of. And this is the reason why I got one trophy sitting right here with me, but I got a bunch of them.
The big one. That's the big trophy. He just kept the big one next to him. That's the
I just kept the one because ain't nobody got that one, right? There's only a few people around here with that runner-up at YNC. And the motherfuckers I lost to played with a stacked deck, right? They played with a stacked deck. I played with my kids. They played with a stacked deck. They had motherfuckers from different cities, motherfuckers from different states. They built the team. I had my kids from – I had kids who were 16 play kids. I had kids who ain't even playing football no more right now on that team, right? So I play with my team. They play with a stacked deck. But that's why I bring that one out, because that second place trophy I'm proud of, because we went out there and most people didn't think we can get second place. And most of y'all and there's no disrespect to nobody, but most people who've been up there couldn't get second place.
Hell no, that's an amazing feat. That's special.
they couldn't get second place.
You can't,
so
I
don't like
to get down the highway to YNC. That's a youth national championship, and that is very important. That and it's a community team. So that means
right
a lot.
now we had 5 kids off of that team with an offer. We had 5 kids, right? And they all freshmen. So we had 5 today. What are we going to get?
Mark my words. One of those players, I don't want to say his name because I don't want his dad to get mad at me and want to punch on me. He's probably going to end up, when it's all said and done, being the best player in the nation.
Yeah. It's no doubt in my mind. I'm going to say his name because that's my kid. That's
you go ahead and say his name. I can't say his
name. And we been knew it. Like we been knew it. Everybody been knew it. There's a lot of people who didn't want to admit it, but that kid he's a special football player. And we got some other kids. I don't want to say more names because I'm not going to say a name, and I don't want none of my kids to think that it's because I don't believe they are on a high level. It's that roster was a high level roster.
I'm going to tell you, Black Jesus and Big Kobe going to make me go in a sports agency.
I'm telling you. Hey, look, I'm going to tell you right now, Pearland was crazy for not having Kobe on varsity. That kid is special, man. Like, he's special. The kid is physically dominant.
What's his measurement?
Hey, look, I ain't the coach.
What's his measurements? 6 what?
He's 6'1". I think he's 305 or somewhere in there.
And moving, right?
Yeah. We can put the film on. We can put the film on.
Yeah, we can put the film on.
Yeah, we can put the film on. I'm taking my kids versus everybody, and that's just the honest to God fact. But back to Block Boys, man. You bring your kids to Block Boys, we go to work. We don't, and don't ask me if you want to ask anybody, ask the parents. We go to work, man. We don't bullshit around. We don't, we don't walk. We don't have no lack of confidence. We gonna walk around with our shirt off. Who cares if you fat or none of that, man? Fuck that. Anybody, hey, ain't nobody whooping us. Ain't nobody doing nothing to us. We dangerous. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the mentality that I'm putting in these linemen. Like, hey, just as many girls like fat niggas as they like skinny niggas. So don't walk around here thinking, oh, I'm fat, they don't like me. Yeah, they like you too, big dog. They like you too. You fat big dog too. You know what I'm saying? Hey, somebody the best player on the team, you the best player on the team too. Everybody, we run the team. You run the locker room. Man, I've been to cop. We ran the locker room. The O-line was the locker room. Like, the other player, I'm not saying that it wasn't other skilled players and all that shit, but it's 5 O-linemen, right? It's 5 of us on the field at all times. It might be one receiver that's juiced up. He can't beat 5 O-linemen. He 180. Yeah. Between the 5 of us, we 1,500 pounds. What he gonna do? We 1,500 pounds, Tristo. What he gonna do?
Exactly. It's
you know what I'm saying? Like it is that is where that confidence comes from, man. And I want all of these kids. If y'all wonder why I do this, I don't need to do it. I don't have to do it. I don't, I can really sit around and do whatever the fuck I want to do. But I love doing it. I love seeing those kids change, and I love seeing that mindset change. You a dog, bro. You line up, you put your hand in the dirt, you got to be a dog. And if the coach that you got ain't teaching to be a dog, he a bitch. I'm not letting no lineman come across my face and he not a dog. We dog. It's a dog mentality. When I put my hand in the dirt, I got to think, whoever they lined up across from me, I'm going to kill him. Oh, it's Warren Sapp. Fuck Warren Sapp. Oh, it's blah, blah, blah. I played against Haloti Nada. He was a number 8 pick. In my career, I played against the number 8 pick, the number 10 pick, and the number 31 pick. Fuck all them niggas. I'm better than them, right? I don't care what the stats say or what the after that say. Turn on the film. You know what I'm saying? And that, if your kid don't have that in him, let his fat ass go do shot put. He don't need to do lineman because you got to have that mentality, man. And you bring in the block boys, the whole time we out there, we working on mindset. We going to be the best, man. And I tell my group, look, we going to be the best kids on the roster. We're not just going to be the best lineman. We're going to be the best kid on the roster. And I don't care who else on the roster. We don't care who else. We the best kid on the roster. Ask my kids, ask their parents. That's what the goal is. If it ain't that, I don't want it, man. I don't want nobody who content with somebody being better than them. So we gonna challenge that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna take our shirts off and let our big belly
and like I said, the football guys, you need to listen to the football guys. In this area, from the Beltway down, God forgive me if I'm wrong, you got the block boys and you got the trench bullies. And I'm telling you, they work on mindset. If they only running you through drills and you hopping over cones and that mindset ain't getting checked, man, look here. You're spending your money in the wrong place. So, man, with that being said, man, look, Beltway Down Sports, Coach Roy, Tristo, man, look here. This is the first of many. We will be back. I appreciate you, Roy. Cheers to you.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you having me on, man. Hey, shout out everybody who tuned in, man. Thank y'all for watching us. I know y'all don't have to. Y'all can be doing anything with y'all time, but, you know, y'all spend some time with us, man. So I appreciate that.
Thank y'all, man. Shout out, man. One love. We'll be back. We back in this motherfucker, man.
Don't challenge me about my selections.
So I can flick when I open my mouth, but a pussy get wet. These diamonds surprising like Russian roulette. Might just go by a limb, I can fit in the bed. I can't go with my pole, I put this on the set. If I do when I live, I'ma sprint with that yet. Ayy, 19 on the hearse selling crack. Once I double my profit, I couldn't look back. I used to laugh cause the nigga was fat. Now I'm having my way and these bitch niggas broken, they wreck. No capping in none of my raps. He thought he was up on the board till I showed him the stats. Fingers hurting from thumbing through racks. I feel like a young Deion Sanders 2-1 on my back. But it's still 23 on my strap. I had dreams of balling on fields and that cell writing rap. Trying to put my whole team on the map. We already known in the streets and that's really the fact. Fully auto AR is attached. So ain't no pump faking this trigger, you playing that stat. Yo, we quick to get fuck niggas whack, but I swear from the shoulders I'm colder, yeah, I'm really that. Get him gone, hit this bitch from the back. Then fuck the hoe over and make her start over from scratch. 600 the block where I'm at. I think I was 7 years old, my pops had the rap. But he taught me that shit in the trap. I ain't that shit funny how I double back. Cause look where we at. Hey, prime time X. Hey, who the fuck would've thought I was next? Bought all these diamonds just so I could flex. When I open my mouth, but a pussy get wet. These diamonds surprising like Russian roulette. Might just go by a limb, I can fit in the vet. I can't go with my pole, I put this on the set. If I do when I live, I'ma spin with that yet. Hey, prime time X. Hey, who the fuck would've thought I was next? Bought all these diamonds just so I could flex. When I open my mouth, but a pussy get wet. These diamonds surprising like Russian roulette. Might just go by a limb, I can fit in the vet. I can't go with my pole, I put this on the set. If I do when I live, I'ma spin with that yet. Ayy, drop the pack, but I run that bitch back. I ain't want all this shit, but you see where we at. Ayy, in the club, best believe that we strapped. If a pussy boy played him, he lay in his pockets getting tapped. See, this shit really made out of scraps. We put it together, however, now we touch the stack. Remember laws cracking down on the traps. Just knew I was next, I said fuck it and flushed it and bounced. See, this rapping shit came unannounced. I guess these folks like how I move these little words out my mouth. Screaming free, rockin' cute today, yeah. Niggas pussy, they wish they could live without rap. Ask them niggas that solid, I bet they'll vouch. I had really so hard, I ain't open my mouth. Getting bricks from the country, distro in the south. Other border I'm in and it's out. Take some lessons, I teach you little boys how to trap. I just started this shit in my face on the map. We been running through packs, steady running up left. If you got BOA, come and get your shit tapped. Hey. Come and get your shit tapped. Gang. Hey. Hey. Let's go. Hey. Prime time X. Hey, who the fuck would've thought I would next? Bought all these diamonds just so I could flex. When I open my mouth, but her pussy get wet. These diamonds surprising like Russian roulette. Might just go by a limb, I can fit in the vet. I can't go with my pole, I put this on the set. If I do and I live, I'ma spin with that yet. Hey, prime time X. Hey, who the fuck would've thought I would next? Bought all these diamonds just so I could flex. When I open my mouth, but her pussy get wet. These diamonds surprising like Russian roulette. Might just go by a limb, I can fit in the vet. I can't go with my pole, I put this on the set. If I do and I live, I'ma spin with that yet. Hey.